crisp 20-degree day here in Wisconsin. Let's do a little project car update, I think. Finally, some exciting stuff. Motor mounts are done. She is finally sitting in the car on her own weight. Turbocharger on there, a little mock-up. So, what we ended up doing K-member wise is I did end up messing around with the stock one. I didn't want to cut up the brand new one. Didn't want to spend $750 for Maximum Motorsports one, which would have been the right one for the job. But chopped that one up, made it work. To me, that was just scrap metal, so kind of get a little view on it there. We can go into some detail on that later if we want, but motor mounts are made, engine is in. I was really pushing to get it as low in the engine bay as I could because it seemed like it wasn't really going to clear the hood, and I actually ended up going way lower than I needed to. As you can see, I did test fit the hood because I was expecting to have to cut structure out of here just to get it to clear, and just with the stock hood the way it is, it actually bulges up far enough. I think it probably has an inch or two of clearance actually on top of the front of the valve cover. Kind of surprising, so I actually did a little more work than I needed to, but it ain't gonna hurt, you know, a little bit lower CG on the front end. No problem. So, very exciting stuff. Unfortunately, it does have to come back out so I can finish up everything else, but damn sure looks good in there. See if you can get a view of the motor mounts here. These ones are kind of styled after the ones you can get from Tough Mounts. Kind of a different location, did them a little different though. Kind of hard to get a view here because I got everything in the engine bay mostly assembled at this point, but all hand fabricated, made of stainless for the bottom parts, and then just mild steel for the block end of the plates. But pretty much have all the fabrication done on the K-member now. Here you can see a little notch I did to clear the oil pan. And while it was out, I went ahead and cut the spring perches off right away. Something I probably would have had to do in the future anyways, just for wheel and tire clearance with the angle kit. They say you just kind of chop it flush with the frame rail, so I just marked it out, chopped both sides off, and plated it in real nice. So we'll slap some paint on her and throw her in the car. And I also had a buddy come over and he wanted to turn some wrenches, so told him to hop on the back end here and can start dropping out the stock SRA, get this thing ready for the IRS that's going to be going in here. And one thing I did notice, there's a couple mounting provisions on the rear frame rail here, and I have a feeling that they might be for the rear IRS brackets, which would be mighty convenient. I don't know for sure. I'm gonna go grab them and check. Alright, went and grabbed one of the IRS brackets here just because I was super curious. And it looks like that those mounting provisions in the frame rail are actually meant for the IRS bracket to go in. That is mighty convenient. What this means is that all of the new edge shells are the same between all trim levels. This will be the same for a GT and a Cobra. The only thing different is the VIN. It's actually nice. The last car that we actually IRS swapped was an SM95. It was a 95. And, of course, it doesn't have these mounting provisions, so we had to make them. But that makes this swap pretty easy. That's just for the rear of the cradle to go into the car. The front actually goes into the stock lower control arms. So that means the IRS will be 100% bolt in this car.